In this video we're going to be looking at updates from the PUV world from the last few months, looking at June, July and August of 2022. So first up we've got Onewheel, and we've got the race for the rail happening this weekend, August 20th to 21st. A lot of really good Onewheel GT riders this time doing races over in America. You can obviously go watch that, it'll be online as well. Big racing league series for Onewheel.
Helmets, I got look at these insane helmets.
Come on and let the good times roll. We gonna stay until we soothe our soul. If it takes all night long. This might be trouble.
Next we've also had the Onewheel GT footpad recall. After some kind of safety concerns, Onewheel have released a statement about this. This issue also got picked up by Lewis Rossman as well. It's got quite a big following on YouTube. It did a piece on this talking about all the different problems with Onewheels, but also specifically the Onewheel GT footpad ghosting issue as well.
Is something here from the Onewheel subreddit. It goes 318 miles into my GT, it ghosted on me and flew across the street to take out this lady. I dismounted regularly by lifting my heel. There's 2 points that I think are really important to go over here. The first point is that this is going to be really, really bad in the eyes of the community, in the eyes of legislators, in the eyes of regulators. Every single day.
I think if you watch Lewis's video on there, you make some really good points about kind of the visibility of electric vehicles, whether it's EUCs, Onewheels, e-bikes, etc. Is that they still don't have mainstream acceptance. So people need to kind of see them more often. If some of the problems that people see tend to stick around in their minds, don't they, instead of kind of the positives. Now the positives probably outweigh the negatives, but it takes that kind of one bad event to actually kind of skew some people's perspectives, unfortunately, which we see in British law coming up a bit later on in the video. We have a new Onewheel podcast, which is worth having a listen to if you want to listen to Kyle and Jack have a chat about from Onewheel. Always interesting to hear kind of where it's going and what they're planning on doing with the kind of company going forward. And third-party accessories, specifically the Float Life. They've released the new Enduro tyre, which has been sent out to quite a few kind of influencers or YouTube personalities to get tested out. And Jeff's got a great new video out showing people how to change their own tyre. Always good to follow a professional if you do want to get involved in swapping out the kind of base standard tyre which you may not like. EUCs next, electric unicycles. The kind of push recently seems to have been electric unicycles. The new models that are coming out tend to be one of two things really. It's either going for top speed or going for suspension, or a combination of both, which the kind of few wheels that have come out recently have had all of those things, still with quite high ranges, and everyone's trying to push this high torque, high power. Seems to be that's the advancement that everybody wants to make. Obviously that comes with cost as well. As you can tell from a lot of the video titles you can see here, a lot of EUCs are pushing speed at the moment, and this clip from one of the videos I think succinctly shows kind of what is going on.
Any enthusiast would always be able to tell you who make the fastest wheel, and regardless of how you feel about it, speed sells.
Now, despite the push with EUCs for kind of high speed and suspension wheels and long ranges to make them more expensive, on most websites that sell them you can still get a big range of different wheels. Starting, well, I'm look on here, anything from £500, which is about $600, all the way up to the top of the range ones that are like £3,300, probably comes in around $4,000. So big range for different people out there. Next up, more local to home, Speedy Feet's Ian and John did a 200-mile challenge. They put up a YouTube video of that, seeing if they can cover as much distance in kind of one day as possible. was quite fun.
It is just gone midnight. This is the morning of the challenge. Going to be leaving at 6:30, riding for 12 hours is the aim, to see how many miles we can do in a 12-hour time slot. And we've just picked up the Monster Pro and the Commander, which is brand new, bar a little ride today.
This clip's from Jimmy Chang's channel. This is showing one of the new e-scooters with kind of all the bells and whistles. This is obviously one of the expensive ones. Again, just like EUCs, it seems that companies are really pushing the high speed, high range, high price places for these. E-scooters, again, just like EUCs, have a massive range of them because so much competition in the market. You've got ones that go from kind of low price ones all the way through the mid-range ones up to the high price, top of the range ones with all the kind of bells and whistles or speedometers and lights and all the rest of it that you may have.
First, we got this.
When are you going to get a move on and properly license these things so people have the liberty and freedom to use them as a very good alternative form of transport?
Well, I shall announce it on the 10th of May is the answer to your question. It's the flip side to our colleagues.
And then we got this.
My lords and members of the House of Commons.
Now this clip was a fun one I enjoyed, which was more focused on the British market at the moment. We still do not have any kind of legal framework for PEVs, other than to say that they're illegal to use in public spaces. So I liked his video, saying there's obviously going to be updates. There's some talk about it during the Queen's speech in May, and we're still waiting for kind of an update on that. If you look at this news story here as well, we've got kind of an overview of what government are thinking about. All of it's kind of highlighting safety as features, which is a great idea. I think there's going to be some kind of problems or concerns with how people respond to kind of the PV market if the government decide to legislate that they're going to put through like a different category for people's license and such. I don't personally think it's going to work particularly well, but we'll hold out and see. And finally we have some kind of recent videos or updates from people showing different group rides from different countries. The first one we've got a clip here is from Chicago, a recent one they've done. They do lots of kind of community group rides through the centre of Chicago by the looks of it, which looks crazy, but it is so popular. And they have similar ones in Washington DC as well, and probably all across the country I should imagine. It'd be great if people could link me to more videos of these. But yeah, it looks crazy. And then the last one we've got is one that has Onewheel Midlands, mainly a one-wheeling community. Red Boy Jan has a page there which I'll link to, and he's got a great video out showing kind of one-wheeling through London and Wales. And finally, we've got Chai Battery Systems. If you don't follow them, probably a good idea to do so. Lots of information about PEVs on there and batteries and such. Released this kind of insane contraption that they've been working on using Onewheels to make a bike.
I gotta say, this is one of the funner bikes I have.
If there's anything cool stories or any kind of updates you think I've missed, then please let me know. Please link me to them in the comments. We're going to try and do one of these kind of every month or two, just to see if there's any major updates in the PEV world. It's something I'm really interested in, so hopefully we can kind of collect all the information together into one place. We can then direct people to videos and such that we can all look at, all talk about.